Good morning, everybody. Can you see me and hear me? Good morning. Good morning. Thank you, Irene. All right, get started. Before we get started, there's a podcast episode airing right after the live. I'm going to hop off here at 12. The episode airs at 12:30. It is with Aaron, Keys of Wisdom 369. Very, very good episode. Please check it out. It's long, but I will be breaking it up into chapters. I just didn't get that far yet. Okay. Let's go up. Where am I? Well, we find a house in the area of town that we want to live in. I would say release your expectations. It feels like either you're going to have to make some kind of sacrifice in order for that, like you'll have to spend more than your budget to do that, or you may have to kind of expand the perimeter a little bit. So maybe like right outside of it could be a thing. Will my husband get his share of the sale of the house? It feels like there's a lot of resistance. I feel like eventually it feels like he's going to have to fight for it. So maybe not initially, but then I do something to end up getting it. So maybe it's like a denial at first and then I fight for it and get it type of thing. Eventually, though, after a battle of some sort. Any messages from my spirit team? Why is this laggy? Any messages from my spirit team? Oh, I know why it's laggy. Hold on. I need to plug in my computer. Hold on one second. That'll do it if the computer's dead. Okay. Any messages from my spirit team? Be open to changing plans. Be open to things not being set in stone that you're maybe hoping are set in stone. The change in plans will benefit you, but it might not be what you initially want. Message of a blessing from my higher self between now and the end of May, beginning of June. That's you. King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles in reverse is some kind of alleviation of a debt or like a decreasing of stress surrounding finances or stability, security, career, some kind of decision coming in your favor or action that's going to benefit you. Insight on an additional income stream I can create this summer. Could you like reception at like a therapy place or like a maybe some kind of hotline? No, it doesn't feel like a hotline. This feels like a reception or like a manager's assistant or something at like maybe like a therapy or some place where they deal with pain. It feels like maybe you're in charge of like calls or sales or something along those lines. Was my Uncle Greg's passing of natural causes his own hand, or did somebody cause his passing? Are self-funded? Really interesting. You're self-funded? How can they deny it if you're paying for it? Natural causes. His own hand. Somebody cause. Kind of giving the call is coming from inside the house. So this could be like mental health. This could be some kind of like, I'm not in the right state of mind and there's an accident. It kind of feels like that. I'm not in the right state of mind and there's an accident feels important. Why was your autopsy denied? The Fool. 7 of Cups in reverse, going towards clarity. Queen of Wands. Is it possible something was done wrong, like revival wise? Like revival could have been different, or some step skipped after the fact. Thank you, love. What is my current energy? Oh. It's like this, Ace of Wands. Okay. Longing for connection or community, or feeling very aware of the fact that you feel disconnected from it right now. And it's kind of bringing up a lot of, how do I really feel about myself when I'm alone with my thoughts? Your current energy. Trying to unpack a lot all at once because of silence. Let me go to this list 1 second. Has Daisy any messages for me? What was that? Page of Swords. Oh, a message. Okay. Look through others. Someone you least expect will confirm what you already knew. What do I want you to do about it? Let go of what no longer serves the truth. Only carry what moves you forward. It's like you're going to get some kind of confirmation of something that you were already thinking about through a person that doesn't really realize that they're giving you that confirmation. And Daisy's like, okay, when you hear it, let it go. Like it's time to put it down. Better Days by Dermont Kennedy is the song. Will I get to take my trip to NJ for my birthday this year? I would say yes. It feels like there may be an issue, but you figure it out, whatever it is. I'm almost wondering if there's something you're doing that's meant to like be healing. Like, I don't know if maybe you're not typically by the beach and this will put you by the beach and that's like a big thing for your psyche or something. There's like something like that with it. A message from Uncle Greg to his 2 nephews. Uncle Greg gives me like, I want to teach them stuff in the garage. Oh, a ladder and a hammer. Okay, Uncle Greg, got ya. You have more power than you realize when it comes to allowing yourself to move forward without guilt. If you could see what I see now, you'd understand that love never weakens, even through distance. Put it down. There's like a shoulda, coulda, woulda, and Uncle Greg is like, no, put that down. Build something else with a higher perspective. Putting it down gives you a higher perspective to build something else. Don't Stop by Fleetwood Mac is the song. One more, then back to the other list. Does my son have any health issues? Will blood work be okay? It's like not an issue like there's something wrong. It's like an issue like this level of something is low and needs to be adjusted because it's causing this to not be in the balance that it should be or in flow like it should be. So it's like not something wrong, just levels of something being identified as off and then being given a solution to fix them. Like maybe like in the realm of like nutrition or in the realm of like maybe there's something he's eating his body doesn't like. Something like that, it feels like. Will my granddaughter be born healthy? Will my granddaughter be born healthy? Healthy, yes, but there's some kind of stress. I'm almost wondering if maybe there's like a sleep thing, maybe not sleeping well at first, or maybe like trouble feeding at first. It doesn't feel like health issue. It just feels like there's something that after you're done dealing with that part, you're like, okay, good. I'm glad we're done. I'm glad that's all worked out. It's not like an issue, but just more like maybe like a frustration. Ten of Swords, Eight of Pentacles in reverse, like something that throws off the intended routine. So maybe feeding takes longer, sleeping is less, something like that, but healthy, yes. Message from higher self. Stop defending a narrative that you've outgrown when it comes to receiving. It's like receiving is greedy, or I can't receive, I haven't done enough to receive yet. There's something like that that your brain's telling you that's untrue. It needs to be addressed. Messages surrounding the loss of baby Wamsley. Messages surrounding the loss of baby Wamsley. The shadow is not meant, the shadow that arises is the wound's opportunity for healing. It's not a punishment. It's not meant to have people relive the pain. The shadow isn't like, oh, you did something wrong and now here's pain. The shadow is like, look over here, this can be healed. So it all starts with how you're responding to what yourself needs from yourself in the moments of triggered shadow or wound. Any general messages in a token or a song? The world, interesting. What's that quote? Crap. What you're not choosing or what you're allowing is what you're choosing. What you are allowing to continue is actually what you're choosing. So if something that is happening you wouldn't want to choose, your allowance of its perpetuation is also you choosing it. So the world is saying, stop that, bring that to a completion. New member, thank you. Oh, geez. Oh, and it's a butterfly. Interesting. If a butterfly is struggling to get out of the cocoon and someone cuts it to help it out, the butterfly dies. You have to let the butterfly struggle because the struggle forces blood into the wings so they can spread them and fly. The same concept is necessary for us to be able to soar. Something that you feel frustrated handling on your own is actually happening like that for a reason, so you can show yourself how to take flight. Why am I having trouble finding a new home? When will I find one? Reframe what home means to you. It almost feels like something in this home search is associated with stress, or like it almost feels like subconsciously your brain's like, well, when we get the home, then we're trapped in some way. Like we can't there's some stress. Maybe it comes from childhood or something, like needing to reframe home as a safe place. It's almost like your brain's like, why would I want to go to a home that doesn't feel like a safe place before even having the home to know if it's that, right? So it's like some kind of limiting belief, or it could, with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, be a money wound, like a fear around commitment of that much money. So reframe that belief, because we attract what we believe, not what we want. When will you find one? It's going to be a minute. You'll When you address the self-limiting belief is when you find one. It's almost like taking a padlock off of a door, but the door is the manifestation. Message from guides. Message from guides. You were right, or you are right, or whatever you're like, am I right about? You're right about. About another person. This doesn't feel like friends. This feels like family. And it feels like you uncovered, discovered, figured out a reason for someone's disconnect or a reason for someone's distance. And this is your guide saying, yep, you got it. You're right. Did my uncle pass over properly? Is he safe on the other side? Oh. Eight, 7, 6, 5. If you follow the signs, you'll notice spirit is always guiding you towards what's best. You've already survived loss you never thought you'd recover from. Spirit was always guiding you towards what's best. This is like the energy of release, like something specific that he was carrying that he's like, okay, I finally reached the end of the path and I'm able to now put it down. The feather feels important. Like maybe he's showing you feathers, or maybe he's saying, I feel light as a feather. But this feels like the chest and the feather is like life finally made the move that allowed me to put it all down. Is kind of how this feels. So I would go with big yes. Oh, this is the sign you were waiting for. See you again, Wiz Khalifa. So if you were looking for the sign that he's okay, that was it. Like that kind of was what you were looking for. Little pill bottle, medicine bottle. Can you please read energy on Emily Pike, a Native American teenager found unalive in trash bags? Oh no. Big bad wolf about to blow your house down. Do I have the wrong playlist on? 1 second. I don't. And Blow Up came on after that. Ivan B. Something came on quick where I got into the wrong hands while I was trying to explore either in a literal or like a teenager. So it doesn't feel like I'm just trying to explore the land. Maybe I'm trying to explore some kind of lifestyle and I get into the wrong hands really quickly. Things escalate really quickly and I'm not able to get out or defend myself. Feels like snatch and grab. Like a situation of perpetuated opportunity. Like I create the opportunity for this to happen. Like the person who did it. Is there anything I need to know about my mom's recent fall from her bed? After it happened, you were like, oh no, I wonder if we're gonna, I don't feel like you said it. I feel like you thought it. You might have said it. I feel like we're gonna have to blank. We're gonna have to change this, or we're gonna have to look into this, or we're gonna have to do this, whatever it was. Yes, that you were right about that. It was the first thing you said after it happened. It almost feels like a fear you spoke out loud type of thing, and then you're gonna start to realize that that's actualizing. Not anything that you can't handle, but it feels like whatever change you spoke about is going to be necessary. Message and song from my spirit guides. Better by Erica Mason. Oh, whoever got removed from your life, it got removed for a reason. Or if there's some unexpected distance with another person, it's for protection. Um, you don't need someone else dumping their bucket of shadows onto you right now, and it feels like that's what that's about. Did my stepson see the truth behind the lies his mother has said about me to cover up her dirty deeds? What's that term? Plausible deniability? Like, I don't want to believe it, so I look for the reasons to not believe it. Does somewhere deep down this person probably know that there's truth to this? Yes. Is there selective listening about it? Yes. Sees it, yes. Denies it, yes. Pretends to not see it, yes. Easier to avoid it, yes. So not in the way that you would hope. Not like not acceptance of it. There's lack of acceptance of it. Messages from Dolores and Retina. Retina. Retina? Messages from D and R. Let's do it like that. D R. You've already survived loss that you never thought you could recover from. You are stronger than your doubts and wiser than your fears. Oh, it's the same two that came out before. Interesting. You Will Find Me by Alex and Sierra. Use music right now. You're trying to discover something, I feel like, about yourself, and there's encouragement to like allow music to speak to you. Maybe ask questions, hit shuffle, that type of thing. Message from my God and a song from me. Peace by OAR is the song. And OAR, usually I don't have this thought, but it's making me think oar, like a boat oar, like going somewhere. Chariot, okay, going somewhere. The only way out is through, but you don't have to go through it alone because you're supported. But there's something that can't be avoided. You have to face it and feel it to release it. The shadow of, or the wound of, shunned leader. Whatever wound needs to be faced that's keeping you from stepping into like a leadership position or like being seen or heard on a wider scale, address the wound associated with that. That's where the freedom comes from, or that's where the peace comes from, I should say. Message for love. What's that quote? When the plans don't work, change the plans, but not the goal. There's a way to go around an obstacle instead of trying to climb a mountain that you don't need to be climbing right now. Take a step back and you'll be able to more easily see the bigger picture of it. How did my dad take our conversation regarding sister? Didn't really like something about it, and there's this like, I'm pretending I didn't hear that, or like I heard it but I'm not accepting it, or I'm still avoiding the realization of it. Defensiveness, like I'm trying to defend a narrative that I was just told is untrue, right? Like I'm trying to hold on to what I thought before this conversation. When will Taylor Swift release her Reputation and debut Taylor's Version albums? Hold on, what's hold on one second. What's Aries season? March 20th to April 19th. Oh, we're in Aries season. Oh, we just left Aries season. 7 months past Aries season. So May, June, July, August, September, October, November. The end of the year? My best guess would be the end of the year-ish. Message around my living brother and a token. It's like a little porch chair with 2 seats. He needs support in some way. This is like, I need someone to hold space for me. I need someone to be patient and hear me out. I need to say something. I need to release something, but I need to feel like it's a safe space to do so. Horico by the national parks. When you're tired but you feel awake, you're burning with every step you take. Oh, I will never let you go. It feels like there's a need for support in some way is the message. Like space held to maybe not talk and just have silence, or maybe have some kind of important conversation. Any messages that I need to receive from my spiritual team or parents? Sometimes the fear is bigger than the actual situation itself. But then you can look forward to that release after when you realize that, like, okay, the fear felt heavy, but the release feels just as impactful because it feels like I was holding something really heavy and now I'm not, right? Message in a bottle may be significant from your parents. I see now that what I couldn't see then is so obvious now. Something is trying to show you that it's almost time to put it down, but because of the fear, you're not seeing that. But when you look back in retrospect, you'll be like, oh, okay. Like, it's almost like your parents are like, haha, we're showing you, we've been with you the whole time trying to tell you that this is about to get better or this is about to be put down. And this message is them saying that to you so that when it happens, you're like, oh, well, they said it. Like, almost like when you're learning how to ride a bike, someone that you trust has to let go of you so that you learn that you can do it. So right now you feel let go of, but it's just so you can show yourself that you're doing it. And I dropped the Ace of Cups in my lap, which is an offer of love. Will I sort out my relationship with my 3 sisters this year? Is that in my best interest? I do not think you will, and I do not think it's in your best interest yet. It kind of feels like a situation where they need to figure out their own stuff so they're able to actually hear you. Because right now, it's going to go in one ear and out the other. They may agree to disagree, but not put down the tension. I'd be patient with it. I just looked at your 777. I feel like there's going to be progress between 2026 and 2027, but I don't think in this year. Will this court case for custody go in my favor? I need to keep my child safe. You don't get everything you want, but you don't lose access. Like if you're wondering, am I losing access to my child? No. But are you going in and walking out like, okay, I got exactly what I wanted? Also, no, there's something that doesn't give. If you're trying to get the other parent completely out of the picture, they may not be. But there is a release of stress. It's like something solidified, but you don't get everything you want, is how I'd word that. Message for the next month. Message for the next month. Sometimes we feel held back, but it's just because there's an obstacle we don't need to face or interact with right now that's crossing the path. So trust that the timing of something right now is actually with purpose. Message from spirit guides. The way through the blockage of repression is expression. To someone that you trust, to someone, it puts you back in receiving mode to allow yourself to be supported. And it feels like that's really what you need right now. Message from my cousin and uncle and a song. Message from cousins and uncle. I keep trying to show you through that one repeating sign. You will find your strength in recognizing how much you've already overcome. It's like there's signs from the past that are making you feel like the past is returning, but they're not. It's just trying to show you how far you've come since then. Never Alone by Jim Brickman and Lady A. Cooking may be significant, or baking may be significant. Awesome. Congratulations. I finally got the job. Message from guides. Message from guides. In the process of finding yourself here, there's going to be a certain shadow that comes up to be addressed. This could be fear of failure. This could be fear of being seen or perceived. Address it. Don't repress it. If you repress it, it gets more intense. If you just face it, okay, I finally got what I wanted, but it's bringing up these seemingly negative feelings. It's actually just a wound that now has the opportunity to get my attention. What does it need from me? I would say that it's your own mind that can stop you, not anything external. What will happen as a result of the meeting tonight? Should I attend in person or virtual? Being offered a solution that doesn't feel fulfilling. Should you attend in person or virtual? In person. I don't think they're going to let you talk if you go virtual. If you're trying to talk, I don't think they're going to let you talk, at least not like you want to if you go virtual. Or it's easier for them to cut you off, maybe. Like they can just boop, mute you. What secret is my family keeping from me? Oh. Oh. Deception. Lack of them doing the right thing by you, and deception. About what? Jeez Louise. It's giving, well, we kept the worst from happening, so two wrongs don't make a right. But if in their mind, if one of the wrongs kept the worser thing from happening, then okay, good enough. What can I tell you about, like, what it's about in a way you'd understand? Justice. Ace of Cups in reverse. Fearing justice. Fearing the consequences of my actions, not your actions, someone else's. But a lack of doing the right thing when that was found out by people. Any other message from my higher self? So I said, what's connecting? Not getting what you wanted versus going into calmer waters. Right now, you didn't get what you wanted because you're being set on the path of what you actually need. And right now, it's to trust the process. You don't have to know what the next steps are ahead. Just continue taking steps, and the step after will be revealed to you. You're heading in the right direction. Just keep going is the message, even if you can't see what's in front of you yet. What kind of work should I do this summer? What kind of work should I do this summer? travel agent. Maybe like a travel agent, or maybe like a front desk travel agent person, or maybe someone who schedules calls for something like that. You listen and help provide solutions for a lack of clarity regarding getting people to where they need to be going. That's how I'll word it. Will Texas experience a major hurricane this year? Hurricane season starts June 1st. Yeah. Yes, but it's not what it looks like. Oh, the Hermit in reverse. Extreme isolation. Look at the location, that center, like the center location where it happens. There's something there. There's something there that it's like, oh yeah, the hurricane happened there. That's convenient. General message from my spirit team and a token. Balloons. Death in reverse. Let go of the resistance to change that you're feeling right now, because things need to get a little bit messy so that you can figure out where the cleanup is needed. I don't know if I worded that right. You know, when you're like rearranging your room and you need to take everything out and put it all on the bed, and then you're like, oh my gosh, now the mess is bigger, but then I put it away and it's better. That's happening in your life in some way. And there's a need to just let go of anything you don't want to have the responsibility of cleaning up. If it doesn't have a place, let it go. Oh, really? Interesting. Well, then you have the experience for it. I kind of feel like it's like a cool, like, I don't know, you know how they have like those water pods you can lay in? It's like an alternative type thing, maybe look into. I don't know. For some reason I'm getting that vibe. Is my son mad at me for taking his dad to court even though he knows his dad is making horrible decisions with my son around? Is your son mad at you? I mean, it's kind of like torn between the two. It's not really like, not mad at you, mad at the fact that it's happening. Like, okay, this all is happening really quickly in my mind. Like, not that it is happening quickly, but like the feelings, the thoughts about it come on quickly. And when they do, they cause an imbalance that gets me to want to numb, repress, or run from them because they all come on so quickly. So what you're seeing is kind of like a pushing away or resistance, or like a distance feeling. It's not necessarily you. It's just, it's happening, and there's a resistance to the feeling of it because it comes on quickly. What is the outlook for starting the business my sister and I have been making plans for? There's more discussions needed, either between you and your sister or other people that are going to help you build this or expand it. I would say wait, because all the pieces don't feel to be in place yet. Continue to build it. The world's there. It's just not upright yet. There's some kind of delay, planning, strategy, communicating ideas to one another. So keep building it, but you're not ready to launch yet. Will my friend Joanne's surgery go well? Yes, but there may be some slowness to the healing process, or there may be like an extended healing process. Well, I guess that'd be the same thing. What would be another way to say that? There's something else, something taking longer, or maybe like a slowness in regaining mobility, that kind of thing. Surgery goes well, yes, but some kind of maybe minor frustration afterwards. Like, I'm sick of dealing with this kind of thing. Message for the week and a token or song. Therapy session by NF. The horseshoe with 111. Horseshoe. A situation is coming back around so that you can handle it differently. It's like you don't love the way you handled something the first time, so it's reappearing in a different form so that you can release this feeling of like blame, shame, guilt, whatever it's translating as. Because it's causing some kind of imbalance in your mind. It's like you left part of your consciousness like at this moment where you were like, man, I handled that situation so bad. It may have to do with family, or someone very close to you. Either the situation is resolving in some way or it's looping back around so you can handle it differently so that you can put down the burden of like, why did I do that type of thing. So you stop, so you get off the hamster wheel about it in your mind. And from your husband, you're moving toward a chapter where things start making sense. And The Climb by Miley Cyrus is the song. Will my workplace close or be completely refurbished soon? Close. Refurbished. Oh, refurbished. Refurbished. Like a big one. It might even be like a rebranding, like refurbish makes me think of like we redo the inside. This may be like a whole rebranding of the company type of thing. Message from higher self for this summer, song or token. Oh, all right. The devil. Oh, you're guarded from the devil. Oh, your emotions are guarded from the devil. Well, that took a good turn. Oh, okay. It's going to be easier than you're expecting it to be. It's almost like you're looking ahead like, oh, I'm going to have this emotional hurdle, or I'm going to, if this happens, it's going to be very draining. Whatever worst case scenario you're expecting isn't going to happen. There's quite literally a wall between you, your best self, and the devil. So divine protection in action. Is the law the right path for me? If not, what is? Is the law the right path? Oh, yeah. It's the burden you choose. Will it be stressful? Yes. Will it be maybe physically, emotionally, energetically draining, daunting? Yes. But is that the hard that your soul wants to choose for some reason? Big yes. For finding ideal job, I'm now following my intuitive hits as I move forward. I'm applying to schools for school wellness, including experience in school leadership roles to get foot in. Is this the right track? You need diligence, but yes. Oh, interesting that fell on top. You're figuring out how to set yourself above, not above like in an egotistical way, but like separate yourself from the competition in a way that doesn't make you look above in an egotistical way, but like, okay, wow, that's a unique way to use that skill type of thing. You know what I mean? You might feel like you're picking up more than you can chew because it feels like you're going to have to continue to do other stuff as you do this. That's going to feel like you're adding more and more to your plate, but it feels like the payoff will be worth it in the end. Any insight or outcome for business trip to San Diego? It's like there's someone jealous of you, or like I don't know what this is. It's weird energy. Insight. Think twice before speaking. Someone feels to be like having their panties in a bunch, and it's not really your problem, but they'll make it your problem if you speak too soon or like speak out of turn in their mind. The devil. The first person you think of when that card came out is probably the person you need to be careful around. Not in like a you're in danger way, but like a this person doesn't want to go on the trip and is going to make it someone else's problem or something. Maybe their partner doesn't want them to go and they're taking that out on somebody else type of thing. I've been going back and forth about whether or not I should reach out to my old friend. Any advice about this? I wouldn't do it yet. Feels like your friend is dealing with something. Seven's what, July? Maybe the summertime would be a better time frame. Maybe it's like work stress. Maybe it's like getting out of seasonal depression. Who knows? But it's like if you wait a little bit, the outcome would be better. Not because of you, but because of something they're dealing with. Message from my guides and a token. Magnifying glass with number 100. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. When you clock it, don't forget that you saw it. That's the message. How does Dwayne feel about our situation right now? Like you spelled out for him exactly what to do. Like almost like, you know, that statement that's like, explain it to me like I'm 5. Like he feels like he has the explanation of what changes to make or how to like uphold his value. So it's like, I see it now. I get it now. Can I do it? Hopefully. There is a lot of, there's hopefulness here. I'm recognizing the opportunity that I'm being given and I'm trying to correct course is kind of how that feels. Did this move? Hold on. Will things get better for my mom regarding her great grandkids? It's like not her fault. It's somebody's spouse's fault is kind of how that reads. Someone connected to a child. So not the child, but the child's spouse or partner or something feels to be causing issues. Feels like it's going to take some time. Not that it can't. It just feels like it's not there right now. How will the meeting go today? How would the meeting go today? There's a potential for things to take a quick wrong turn. But maybe now that you're aware of this, you can see that and be like, oh, not turning that way. Be mindful of turns that you take off the normal path in the meeting. Like I'm going this way. Oh, there's a sharp right. Let me think about that twice before I actually make the turn, like in conversation. My coworker JH has really been getting on my nerves. What is it that I'm picking up on? Oh, I wonder if that's the person that I just said in the last reading. Interesting. I want to hide something I did. I did something against my better judgment, and I'm trying to make separation between me and that thing. So I'm kind of being immature to get away from an oopsie is kind of how that feels. Or to distract away from the oopsie. Should I buy my PC now to make tarot and gaming content? Will I be successful? You'll need to connect two different skill sets. I mean, obviously that could be tarot and gaming, or content creation and those. But it's like in the content, like how can you make it different than other people are doing it? What unique skill set do you have that you could bridge in with that? Because if you do, there's potential for success. Will the meds I started yesterday be successful? I'm almost wondering if you're going to find that maybe the dose needs to start a little lower or higher. It feels lower though. Not that it's not going to be successful. There's potential for success, but there's an adjustment that's going to be needed first, is how that reads. Message from Spirit Team and a token. Cheese. I almost want to word this as something sours quickly, like a conversation, a connection. Feels more like a conversation, not a whole connection. But anyway, there's a need for detachment in said situation. When something sours quickly and you realize that there's holes in someone's story, detach. The truth will reveal itself. What is his energy towards me? I have something to say, or I know I need to say something or explain something or discuss something, but I'm trying to back away because I don't feel ready. It feels like something came on too quickly. There's some kind of delay or avoidance here because of a conversation that has happened or that needs to happen. What is Phil's energy towards me? I think I need to turn this down. It's making me squint. Come on. Oh, that's so much better. No, it's not. Okay. What is Phil's energy towards me? See, now this is the opposite. This is like, I have something to say, but I can't find the right opportunity to do it. And then when I do have the opportunity to do it, I freak out or I get into a state of avoidance. There's some kind of distrust from Phil to Phil's self on like how to handle something with you. Should my siblings and I try to buy a home instead of renting or stay a while at my parents' trailer? Should we try to buy instead of renting? Yes, but not yet. There's a need to kind of get ducks in a row. Stay at parents' trailer. Can you stay at parents' trailer for a certain amount of time until you save up to buy? That would feels to be the best option. It's like the trailer, but that eventually comes to an ending. Maybe that's not what your parents would want to agree to, or maybe that's not what you want to do, but it feels like that's the best option. Do that temporarily and save and get ducks in a row. I created the educator's framework to energetic, emotional, and psychological well-being this week. We'll put it on TPT. What's TPT? I'm interested what that is. Tell me what that is, please. And Etsy, messages around it and impact. You're going to figure out what works and what doesn't about the marketing, the strategy. Maybe you need to offer something to get people on the hook, to get them to look at the page, to then buy that. Like, I offer this for free, this free sample of like the first 10 pages of it, and then you can buy the rest, type of thing. Something like that may help. You'll figure out, it's like a Four of Pentacles and Queen of Pentacles reverse is like trial and error. What works, what doesn't, and then make adjustments accordingly. How will Kev get on at the hospital on the 15th? How will Kev get on at the hospital at the 15th? There's some kind of strategy shift. We intend to handle it this way. It doesn't go according to plan, but it works out fine. I'd word it as he's in good hands. Will our girls' road trip happen this fall, and a song? There's a hurdle to overcome, but it can. I almost feel like you may push it back a little bit. Yeah, not flowing. You may end up pushing it back a little bit, but it feels like it eventually happens. Did my husband tell his brother lies about me to help the housing situation or to purposefully make me look bad? Housing, look bad. It's kind of giving, I was laying the groundwork for this for a long time. I didn't just start talking about you because of this. This just fits in line with things that I was already saying, type of thing. I'm trying to bring some kind of narrative to an ending, is how this feels. Yes to both is kind of how that feels. They're both connected. Like both of those situations. Are there any messages for May? If you don't make a decision, there's going to be a decision made for you. Like by life. Like if you don't make a decision to start doing something differently, you're going to be really ingrained into like this autopilot that doesn't serve you. So remember that what you're not choosing to change is what you're choosing to accept. Message about CT. Have me and A outgrown each other? Message about CT. Sometimes closure has to come from yourself. It's not going to come from the other person. It doesn't feel like closure like the ending of a relationship. It feels like closure like a situation that affected both of you. Like, it feels like the resolution is a non-resolution, if that makes sense. Have me and A outgrown each other? The dynamic has to change if you want to continue. You've both outgrown the versions of yourselves that you were when you started this connection. Could the new versions of you connect? Yes. Are they yet? No. Message from Grandma in Heaven. Look in the physical world. Something in storage, forgotten, or lost is waiting to be found. The cycle you're breaking is letting pain define your choices. There's something symbolic of hers. Pain define your choices. Something symbolic of hers that would show you where in your life something needs to be let go of right now, whether it's a mindset, belief, a person. Africa by Toto. It's like she's like, I've been trying to get you this message. Finally got it to you. Should I meet extended family members in Lafayette, Louisiana next month? Yeah, you're going to find something out that's like, what's that quote? It's like, you don't know what you don't know because you don't know to ask for what you don't even know exists. You're going to get some kind of important information. I would say yes. What do I not see coming? What do you not see? You know where they open a new business and they cut the ribbon? This is that. This is like what feels like a blockage right now is setting you up for an opening ceremony. But it's helping something for the plot right now in your storyline. It is intensifying because there's a new beginning of sorts coming. Any messages to my husband from his father or brother? Any messages to my husband from his father or brother? Love doesn't fade. It just finds new ways to be felt. I love you always. Nothing, not time, not distance, not even death can change how much I love you. This feels like from father. That love is woven into you, into your days, into everything you do. No matter where life takes you, no matter how much time passes, my love will always be with you. You are not alone and never will be. The lock at the back. This kind of feels like the message of like, I wish I would have told you how much you meant to me when I was there, but at least I get to do it now. I feel like maybe this was someone who wasn't very good with expressing emotionally. Because I feel like maybe when I just read that, your husband would be like, whoa, I wouldn't expect him to say something like that. And it's almost like he's like, yeah, I know that's the point. I normally wouldn't. Oh, teachers pay teachers. Okay, that's not me. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Working sacred woundings to a few people and myself each time they're in my hands. The wound of the paper soul ends up on the bottom of the deck. Interesting. Download. Grief. Something's trying to get your attention. Downloading a perspective to turn grief into self-love. So the wound of the paper soul, if you view yourself that way, view yourself as the paper that was put on the bottom of the pile. Like people would pick up the paper, be like, oh, wow, this is really great. And then put it on the bottom of the pile. Which way did that make you feel? How did you try and rewrite yourself to be chosen for the top of the pile? Looking at it in that way will help you maybe not blame or shame yourself. Get out of this grief into self-love. And 12 is, I've had these open for 12 months, symbolic of the ending of a cycle as well. So it's like that's the final piece in the ending of a cycle. Message from my father. Message from my father. When the leaves change, so will something in your life. The love I left behind is still in the spaces where we laughed and loved. Is there somewhere that you would go with him every fall? You don't have to wait till fall to go, but there's some answer that lies for you in a routine or like something that you would do together in that time frame. It feels like somewhere you would go. So like, let's say you always go to like Hershey Park, look up the spiritual meaning of Hershey Park. Like it's like that kind of thing. Like I have a message for you that lies in somewhere we used to go together in the fall. Have I met my person yet? Have I met my person yet? I feel like you've maybe experienced this person's energy, like you've felt bits and pieces of them in other people or in dream state, but know them and meet them? No, I don't think it's someone that you know. If I reach out to check in, how will it go? If I reach out to check in, how will it go? I don't love it. I feel like you're going to feel like you gave away your power by doing this. It's like, oh man, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Like, you don't get what you would hope to get out of it, and it actually feels to pull you backwards instead of forward. It's like you take a step forward into healing, and then you step on a tack, and you're like, oh, and you jump backwards. That's the tack. Do I have any mediumship abilities? Have I been using them without knowing? Yes, unintentionally. Do you have someone on the other side that would be that guide for you? Because it feels like this is someone that you know or knew, or maybe in a past life, feels more this life, but feels like there's someone guiding you from the other side. And I'm noticing the hospital bed on the bottom of this deck. So it may be someone who passed from being sick. Stand by Rascal Flatts is the song. Me too. Sacred Woundings 2 is my favorite deck. I love it so much. If I only would have made one deck and it was this one, I would be fine. Totally fine. I recognize now that I made these all for the podcast, which I didn't realize until afterwards. Podcast episode dropping at 12:30, which is in an hour and a half. Please, everyone, check that out. The wound of the betrayed king. Pain of misplaced trust in those you led. This wound forms when those you supported or believed in turn away, betray, or abandon you. Put the paper on the bottom of the pile. Those who were close to you put your paper on the bottom of the pile, and you're like, what the heck? You know what's on that paper? Why would you put me on the bottom of the pile? I can help you. I can hold space for you. And they did it anyway. And it caused you to go into the shadows instead of being seen. Challenging your sense of judgment, loyalty, or power. It can leave you guarded, disillusioned, or reluctant to lead again for fear of being hurt where you gave the most. You're learning to come out of the shadows and see yourself, is the energy. Is now a better time for me to move out of the house my husband and I live in? When you say now, I feel like yes and no. Like not now, like right this week, but like should you be starting to get things? You've made the decision. There's just something that needs to be addressed before you do it. Like put the bags in the car type of thing. You're really worried about one factor making your plans fall apart or hold you back. That's what needs to be addressed. I feel like it's finances, but it could be something else. The love of my life died too young, almost 10 years ago. Will I experience a love like that again in this lifetime? Will I experience a love like that again in this lifetime? I'll say that every love is different. A love like that again? No. That was your King of Wands. That was reigniting your passion for life. Maybe like putting the light back in when it had been extinguished. You're going to find a King of Pentacles, someone who you can settle down with, someone who's stable, someone who's secure. It won't be the same fiery passion. Not that there won't be passion, but it's not going to be replicated the same. But that's okay. Because what you're getting next is what you actually need for that stage in your life. Thank you, Linda. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. I feel like that came at good timing for you too. Anyone who has both, something I've been doing is shuffling the first Sacred Woundings and getting 3 cards or more, whatever you feel like doing, and then the Sacred Woundings Archetypes deck and getting 1. So it's like These 3 wounds or components of wounds have resulted in this shadow. Let me show you. Kind of caught up on questions, so I'll show you anyway. Let's see. So this is the first sacred woundings. We have ego dissolution. So disorientation, loss of identity, or emotional instability. Identity crisis show up as confusion or uncertainty about who you truly are, and fear of failure will show up as perfectionism, paralysis by analysis. So you realized that you didn't know who you were. Then it became this panic to figure out who you are. And now there's this, oh no, can I really show up as the person I discovered myself internally to be? Because that's not always who I was. And what if I fall on my face as I'm revealing this to the world? So there's this hesitancy to unmask or to unveil yourself fully or truly, whoever this is for. So that has all resulted in the shadow of the unworthy soul. Believing you must earn love and light. So you want to show up as yourself fully and unapologetically, but you're like, have I earned the right to do that yet? Have I given enough? Have I shown enough? Have I proven it enough? Erin, if you watch the podcast, she talks about, how did she word it? Crap. Essentially, you don't need to prove who you are. You already are the proof of who you are. You don't need to defend that narrative and be like, look, this is who I am. This is who I'm showing up as. You existing is the proof of that. So this is that. Just show up unapologetically as yourself. So that's how I've been using both of them together. What are the shadow wounds between my mom and I? Where did they come from? What is the shared embodiment of a shadow passed from your mom to you? The inner prosecutor, judging yourself before anyone else can. Where did it come from? The darkness you couldn't get away from. Your mom grew up in an environment where she was taught to beat herself up for any mistake. So she learned that mistakes were a flaw of character. And it feels like that's something that she passed on, where you were very hard on yourself each time something didn't go your way, or the way that you intended for things to go, not because of ego, but because of feeling like you're letting down like an unidentifiable source of like disappointment. But it's like, that's generational. And it feels like the disappointment gets put down when someone just starts being really nice to themselves and liking themselves a lot. Radical acceptance is the way through that wound. In-laws, thoughts and feelings about our separation. In-laws, thoughts and feelings about our separation. That you're both at fault. That you're both equally at fault. Maybe your partner a little bit more, but I don't think that's something they'd admit out loud. This is like, even though we know it's probably a little bit more our child's fault, we're going to split it down the middle, say it's even, maybe even blame you a little bit more, but we see the burden and where it lies. It feels like they believe that you delayed making this decision for a long time, like that this was like a long time coming type of thing, is how that feels. What wound do I need to heal to move forward? The wound of the fractured feminine. Softness confused with weakness. This wound arises when your tenderness, intuition, or emotional depth is dismissed, exploited, or shamed. You learn to hide your softness to be taken seriously or to stay safe. It can leave you feeling disconnected from your true power, unsure if your sensitivity is a gift or a threat. It's like you weren't given a true reflection to see yourself clearly. So now you have to kind of fill in the cracks so you can remember the truest reflection of self. Be mindful of other people's projections right now. There's my water. One second. Is there anything I need to know that my son hasn't told me about his dad's actions? Is there anything you need to know your son has not told you about the dad's actions? All right. I'm going to take them all. Let's see what we get. Maybe some a little how do I word this? There may have been some watering down of intensity in certain situations that the dad was acting on impulse. Like I get mad out of nowhere. It's maybe a little bit more intense than how it was described to you. There's like someone else. Like your son feels like either someone else is around that shouldn't be, or like why is this person around for this conversation, or like I wish this person wasn't here when I'm getting disciplined, or like this person enables maybe meanness, or I feel like dad's distracted from me because of this person. And I'd almost wonder if he's like feels like he's not allowed to ask questions. I don't know how old your son is, but like it almost feels like there's like I'm not allowed to ask questions or talk a lot or something like that. San Diego trip is with my boss. This is the second time I said weird energy with them. So it's not worst case scenario, right? It's not like I'm trying to get you fired or anything. It's just like, I don't know, like I'm dealing with something myself, and for some reason, I'm maybe going to make it your problem if I feel called to because you handle things so well. Are you like usually a stress board for this person? Like they dump their stress on you or something? If not, this kind of feels like it could be that. Will the groomer who injured my dog's ear last summer refund me and pay for it for at least some of the medical bills? Dog has had chronic ear issues since then. Going to send letter and bills. They'll try and delay it as long as possible. They might refund you if you threaten to take some kind of action, but this is like I got to do a checkmate to get progress here. And it feels like that's less about the amount of money and more about like if we do it for you, then we have to do it for everyone who makes this claim. So we're going to try and make it a little bit more difficult because of that. It feels like that. Will they eventually give it to you? Yes. Are you going to have to fight for it? I think also yes. Have I met my soulmate? If not, when will they come around? No, I don't think that you've. It's like someone you see in a different light. You don't know them yet. No, I don't think you know them yet. I think you meet them and then there's a gap. And then when you meet them a second time, it's in a different way than the first time. I would say you'll meet them the first time in like a year to 3 years, and then there's a gap. Any message from my dad? He was not in my life, but passed young. I wonder if he ever checks in. What I hope you realize is you have permission to be happy again. What's closing now is a cycle that has been repeating for too long. Mirror and T. Whatever shadow you're dealing with, it's like he's saying this is passed down through me. Like it's like a shadow that was mine that you are putting down for all of us. It's like he's calling you to kind of really sit with, oh, that just fell right out. Oh, fractured feminine. Softness confused with weakness. Allowing yourself to view your emotions as teachers instead of punishments feels very significant. I'm noticing Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Marvin Gaye is on the bottom of this one with the Jack and the Beanstalk. So he plants a magic seed, it makes a beanstalk and he can climb up, right? A little seed of thought of challenging the narrative that your brain is running on autopilot. A little seed of thought of change can have great impact. And this says exit on the bottom of that one. And bringing up some graduation memory as well. I was there at your graduation, maybe. I'm going to be there at your graduation, maybe. And also, you've learned the lesson. Now you just need to put down the burden of it. Following your mirror work content. Awesome. Challenging but important. Any guidance on this work? Let's see. Sit with it. Don't run from it. This is you reconnecting with your higher self, and the eyes are the portal to the soul. Your higher self resides in said soul. So don't, like, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be painful. It's going to be awkward. Embrace it. Almost like allow yourself to kind of like not be like silly, like a joke out of it, but like a breath of, if this is that uncomfortable, imagine how much I was carrying that I wasn't realizing that this discomfort is highlighting so I can put it down. So it's all about the frame of mind that you approach it with. But it's definitely not going to be easy. And anyone wondering, that is from the Humans for Humanity Library of Souls. It's like all of the guests that come on the podcast, each of them for each episode will have a page on there. It's like everything we learned from the episode. There's different journal prompts there that you do as mirror work. There's a whole explanation of mirror work. And there's also a 10 and 20 card tarot spread based off of each guest's episode. That's linked in my stand store at the top. It's free. It's a community page, but it's not like community like talking. It's like community like resource page. Okay, let's go back to this. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? There's a situation repeating so that you can address it with more confidence. Because you're no longer disconnected from your ability to come up with some kind of creative solution. So trust your creative solution ability when you enact it. Thank you, Tay. Yes, I'm glad we're on the same page. Let's wait for now. How do I help my teen daughter get past an unhealthy obsession with her very old and gross childhood plush toys that I took away, but she's still obsessed with? Teen daughter. I was going to say, is there any way you could make them into some kind of blanket? But teen makes me feel like that might not go well. addressing the deeper implications of why there is this fear of the future, or like holding on to something that it's like I'm trying to hold on to that version of myself, or that version of me before blank happened. I don't think this is something that can be forced. Maybe offering solutions like, hey, we can have this made into a blanket, or you can even send in stuff and they can make it into like a stuffed animal. You can even choose the animal. I think they do it on Etsy. People do it. Maybe something like that, because they'll clean it when they do it, or maybe you have to clean it first. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but they can make it into something. That would be my suggestion. Not forcible removing, because it's not about the stuffed animal. It's about what it's symbolic of. You don't want to just rip that out of her hands. Not that you were, but wire isn't. Oh, that's so much better. Now I can see. Oh, I did that one. Oh, what spiritual needs? Oh, you already knew that. Okay, perfect. You were already looking at that. Silenced pulse, the wound of the silenced pulse, and soul widow. Grieving unlived versions of yourself, emotional truth buried in logic. Something happened and she didn't have the skill set to feel it, so she intellectualized it, and logically these items connect her to that version of herself that she's not able to let go of because she's not feeling something that happened. She's just intellectualizing it. So there's a need to address the feelings around said. I almost wanted to say event, or like something that happened that was emotionally tsunami wave of quick emotions, too much to handle. I shut down, I intellectualize. These things connect me to that version. I can't let go of that version until I feel the feelings. That's how I would explain it. What will be happening in the next 3 to 6 months? 3 to 6 months. You're going on a mission to try and figure out. It's like, I'm sick and tired of being frustrated about finances or stability or home life or job. So you are kind of taking the bull by the horns to try and find a solution where it feels like there's none. It's giving I'm no longer taking no for an answer. Oh, he's 10. Okay, let's what did I say? It's happening. He's not mad at you, just mad that things are happening. Okay, so how do I reframe that to a 10-year-old's understanding? Yeah, I don't understand it. A lot of things are happening that feel imbalanced. 8 of Swords, I'm trapped with the thoughts. 6 of Cups in reverse, I don't have the emotional intelligence to unpack this yet. So the Chariot in reverse, I don't really know how I feel. I just know that I don't know how to feel it. But again, I'm pretty sure this is the one where you said, is he mad at me for taking his dad to court, if I remember correctly. If it's that, no, it's not that. It's just I'm confused about what's happening and how to understand it and feel it. Let me know if I was attaching that to the wrong previous question, though. I'm going to redo my true crime reading for KJ. Anything he has to say. Anything he has to say. Private battle between people who should be supportive but are not. Something long-standing that fell apart, something that should have been solid that fell apart, attacks that shouldn't have come from your own camp type of thing. Let's see which is the first one I'll find. Oh, here we go. Who holds the missing piece was on the bottom. A friend Not family, has insight you wouldn't expect. So this 10 of Pentacles isn't family, it's friend or someone else close to the family, a family friend of sorts. Any messages to Nova from my Nana and Papa? Oof. A child or pet has sensed me more than you realize. Watch how they react. So that part's for you, that Nova has seen, felt, experienced their energy. If Nova has said that to you, this is a confirmation that that was true and accurate. Not that you doubted it, but I wish I could tell you that you are stronger than you realize. This is kind of giving there's some kind of big goal or dream that Nova has, and the energy here is like, don't let go of that. Like, actualize that dream by not giving up on it. I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack is the song. Planting flowers or picking flowers may be significant, specifically with your Nana. Messages about how the next 3 months will be for me. Next 3 months. A solution that was right in front of your face doesn't work out, but it actually puts you on the path to a better solution. So you take a step forward and you're like, oh, this isn't it. But once you take a step forward, you're like, oh, I can make a left onto this path that I wouldn't have seen if I didn't get onto this first path. So trust the redirection. Message from my maternal grandmother. Message from my maternal grandmother. You have a lot more power than you realize when it comes to embracing the lessons, not just the loss. Spring is when you'll understand a past event in spring holds answers. What was happening then? Look at something from a different perspective because it's going to help you free yourself from like a shoulda, coulda, woulda. There's something that you're trying to build that the shoulda, coulda, woulda perspective is holding you back from the confidence in building it fully. And that will help. Why did client CT decide to leave? Someone offered them a better deal. This is like someone sees that this is a good client and is like, hey, I'll give you 10% off or whatever that would be. Like I'm trying to reel in the big fish type deal. And if it's not someone else approaching the client, then it's just the client finding something that they felt was a better deal. But it feels more like snatched by someone who's like, oh, good client. Let me offer them a little bit less or a little bit more for less or whatever. What's my energy like? Who was I in my past life? What karmic debts did I bring over? There may have been some imbalanced leadership, maybe leadership that came with a cost, like you had good intentions, but you were up against a force that was bigger than you type of thing that was wanted to stop you, stop your plans, disrailing your plans. You were in some kind of position where you helped other people using your intellect, and that got someone else to be like, nope, that can't happen. Let's shut that down. What karmic debts? Fear of using your voice in the wrong spaces or in spaces that can't hear you. GPness, you're fine. No worries. It's okay. You asked it a different way anyway the second time, so we got to kind of figure out the wound. Any message and a song. Girl on Fire by Alicia Keys. You're finally seeing something that others saw in you all along. It's like you finally cleared the mirror so you can see it too. And it feels like that's lighting the way for something important that comes next. More insight on what B and I can work on together to improve our situation for the better. I pulled the root chakra sacred wound for him. The root chakra is stemming from lack of self-trust when a path that B took didn't lead B to where the path was going to be. It's like the sign on the beginning of the path said like this ends at the lake, and like B got to the end of the path and it was like a zoo or something, and this wasn't where I was trying to go. Like it's totally different vibes, right? So it's self-trust. So holding space in a way that feels inviting without forcing, because it's not you that's not being trusted, it's themselves. It's like they don't trust themselves to maintain what they build. What is my karma with T? Do you need proof of what you know to be true intuitively, or will you trust your intuition? Because your logical mind is going to say, but I don't have proof of that. But your intuition's like, do you need it? Do you see the patterns? Do you see the signs? You know what this is. You know what this is implying. That could be good or bad, but it's about trusting your intuition. Any guided messages for a possible quick fix to a recent financial F-up that's weighing on me and the household bills? Yes, it is. Well, that doesn't tell me anything. That's just a mess up. It does feel like it's a big mess up. I feel like you know that. Well, learning your lesson, not rushing in the way that you were, or not thinking things through again. It feels like there's a yes, it feels like you made a mistake, but the mistake is so that you don't make other mistakes. Like you could have made 4 mess ups, but you're not going to make them now because you made this big one. You know what I mean? And like this feels impactful, but those would be more impactful. So first of all, forgive yourself. You're avoiding bigger mistakes later. Still not telling me what you need to do. What can you delay? What can you put off? What can you just take it slow? I mean, you can't make it appear out of thin air. So what can you maneuver so that you're avoiding penalties or fees? Like, can you call and be like, hey, can I have a payment plan just for this month? Or can we work this out? Figure out how to figure out how to delay any added expenses that stem from penalties from late things. Try not to allow that to happen. Don't make the hole bigger, essentially. Why is B acting like she is towards C? Is it genuine? There's an abandonment wound. I'm showing you what I think you want to see, because if I don't, you'll abandon me. It's not giving the person the right information to make the decision. There's like some avoidance here. Like, why is B acting like she is towards C? B showing C what C wants to see, because B doesn't want C to abandon B. Yes, I just do not remember what I said. I want to say it was maybe 10 minutes ago, 15 maybe. Will I meet my person this year? Let me fix this. Will I meet my person this year? You'll meet the person that's not your person. I don't think you're going to meet your person this year. No, I feel like this year is okay. That's not what I want. Not settling for that. And that will get you a step closer to your person, but I don't think it's your person this year. Spirit message about the procedure I had done today. About the procedure I had done today. So I said balancing what from what, or going from what to what. We're going from grief. We're going from restriction. We're going from defeat into expansion, building, growth. So this gave you the right step forward to keep healing. Are you healed yet? No, there's still work to do. 10 of Pentacles is building. It's not built yet. It's like, I mean, it's built, but like you built it. So you still need to go from this to this. There's still work to do, but you're heading in the right direction. How does JP feel about me since I've stopped reaching out to him? Well, now I see your value, but it's too late. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'm just trying to avoid those thoughts. I don't want to even think them because what am I going to do? Something about dancing may be significant. I keep looking up at that picture. Or like a bow tie, maybe. Open Arms by Journey. Yeah, it's giving, oops, I messed up, but too late. I had a shiverling shaking episode this morning. Can you please help? What is going on that caused that? A delay in the flow of things that should function together, but one is blocked. A delay in the flow of things that should function together, but one is blocked. A delay in the flow of things. You can take something for it. I feel like the doctors are going to give you some kind of solution. It's like we need to get this rebalanced or back in flow by giving you this to like. It's kind of giving the doctors will have something to kind of jumpstart you as a car, hypothetically. Like if you're a car, hypothetically, they jumpstart something to get it back in flow. Like maybe it's a short-term medicine, or like maybe it's like I don't know what else it would be. But it feels like there's a solution to this. It's just something. It's like if 3 signals all need to be functioning properly and one of them is like in and out. It's like the flow needs to be fixed. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. But there is an answer. 7 of Cups in reverse. You'll be able to get clarity. I would also say go to the doctor sooner rather than later. I feel like that's important to say. What is Frenchie trying to tell me? He passed over a year ago, but is pawing my hand. It's like I see you in a way that other people don't see you because I was able to kind of be with you in that capacity of, like being alone in a way that other people didn't get to see you. You used to handle something in a way that maybe wasn't all the way mentally healthy. Either this is being too hard on yourself, being too down on yourself, maybe like trying to do too much when you should be resting, or vice versa, not allowing yourself to get up because of feeling emotionally weighed down instead of energetically or physically. So this is like address something that is an healthy coping mechanism from then that you may be subconsciously allowing yourself to do now. This is like, stop that. You're better than that. Don't do that to yourself. You have more power than you realize when it comes to trusting the path that unfolds before you. Ace is a new beginning. In order to get to the next step, you need to keep stepping, not giving up. Not that you're giving up, though, just that there's one unhealthy coping mechanism that Frenchie's like, stop that. Stop that right now. That's you subconsciously giving up on yourself in that one way, is how I would word that. Almost like you're saying, well, that feeling isn't important. And Frenchie's like, but it is. But it is. Is the young prick maintenance worker at my apartment still working there or no? He's still working there or no? Could he be on some kind of leave? Like maybe seasonal leave? I feel like he'll be back. Maybe a medical leave, maybe a seasonal leave, maybe I leave and just come back, because it feels like not right now, but we'll be back. What will happen on May 8th for A? Things are getting better, but they're not solid yet. Getting a step in the right direction, but there's not a final... This is happening now, and that's good, but what happens next? That's still up in the air. That's the vibe. So, like, we're working it out, but we're not there yet. Will I ever remarry? Will I ever remarry? In time, yes. I feel like it's going to be a minute. The star is like you're still trying to find your way back by pouring into yourself so that you're ready for that. The Emperor and the Tower in reverse is like when you're ready to manifest that, you naturally will start to, but there's stuff that needs to be addressed before you head in that direction. It feels like there's something that you need to figure out first, whether that's housing, job. It's like this doesn't happen until after that's settled. The big frustration for you right now. What is the value that JP sees in me now? Token, please. A whale. Protection. The whale and the Six of Swords. Interesting. And justice. Protection. You were a safe place. You were shelter in the storm in some way, or like 109. You were very close to alignment. 111 would be alignment. 109 is like 2 steps away from that. You were each 1 step from making this be totally different, but this person wasn't ready to be what they needed to be a safe place for you like you were for them. Are there any messages from my dog Mac that passed? Your dog Mac. What I want you to remember about me is that I am still with you, just in a different way. 7 again, 2 sevens. The thing I miss most is the comfort of knowing we always had tomorrow. So I'm still with you, just in a different way. The fall time feels significant. Maybe literal pumpkins feel significant. Oh, I miss you. Flying without wings. I miss you. There's the message. What is the best direction to focus on in regards to my channel at the moment? Actioning exposed vulnerability. Let me reword that. What actions to take after there's a trigger from exposed vulnerability? Let Let's learn about vulnerability. First, what is vulnerability? Second, what are some tools for vulnerability? Third, when vulnerability is exposed in this way or that way, these are some things that you can do, or these are some maybe reading, maybe some tarot spreads about like specific vulnerability topics. To help people decide how to fix it for themselves. Will I ever marry? Okay, one second. Yes, but there's more lessons in what you don't want first. Temperance is eventual coming into union with the reason that you had to go through everything you had to go through and learn how to release the resistance to a new beginning. So it feels like you have more examples of what you don't want to settle for before you find that person. Gonna stay on about 5 to 10 more minutes, everyone, and then I have to go make Gavin lunch. He's home this week. My in-laws' dog Blue ate rat poison. Was this accidental, or did someone leave this on accident? Is he suffering? It kind of feels like maybe someone was a little bit distracted. Page of Pentacles, Three of Wands is giving shiny object syndrome. So like I'm doing this, but I'm paying attention to that. And I mean to come back to this, but I end up keeping my attention on that and I don't finish what I'm doing over here. It feels like accidental. Will I have work-life balance in my new job in Maryland? Yes, a lot more than you do right now. Will I rent an apartment or house? I feel like apartment, at least at first, you could take action to a house, but I feel like at first it's going to be an apartment or a condo. Focusing on health. Focusing on health, but yes. Loving yourself to give it 100%. It's not selfish to pour into yourself as much as necessary to get yourself back into mental, emotional, energetic peak health. Yes, I agree with you that it's health to be focused on. I know I can clear people's energy, especially their mind clutter. How best can I offer this for folk to come forward? Speaking from experience and creating a template for others to create their own map out of the pictures of someone's brain where it's like a bunch of scribbles, like with pen, like over the brain, like helping people untie that knotted string in their brain, creating like a mapping, like a vision board, like a specific vision board for decluttering the mind. Like this that you're dealing with goes here. This goes here. Okay, now we have the full picture. Now we unpack it. We start in this corner, then we go to that corner. Will I have another baby or am I all dried up? Will I have another baby or am I all dried up? Could you? Yes. Does it need to be very soon? Yes. I would say if you don't by 2027, you likely won't, is how that feels. Wait, what's this? This is 2025. Yeah, by like mid 2027. If you're not pregnant yet, I don't feel like you will be. Will I go on a trip this summer? Will I go on a trip this summer? I feel like there's some kind of delay. Not that you can't, maybe plans need to change, but it feels more likely that if you have a trip planned this summer, there may be a delay in it. Message from my spirit team. Message from my spirit team. Challenge a belief system that feels outdated. It's like you're not recognizing that the whole belief system is outdated, but you're starting to be like, oh, I don't know if that fits with my logic, or I don't know if I align with that anymore. Question it a little deeper. Follow that thread. You're onto something. How does CT feel about me currently? Any messages from higher self? I feel like if I had the opportunity, I'd mess it up again. And I don't feel like the fight is worth the stress or the effort is worth the energy. Something like that. Not because of you, because of themselves, though. You aren't interacting with that person. You're interacting with that person's shadow regarding their avoidance of an inner child or abandonment wound. You're not back and forth with them. You're back and forth with the wound. When will my workplace rebranding take place, and will we keep our jobs? Not immediately. There's some time in between. I feel like the end of winter is significant, like this upcoming winter. Will we keep our jobs? Not everyone. I feel like you will, but not everyone. Will I get to my favorite sleepy little island for vacay this year? Best of intentions, but haven't been in a few years. I feel like this is more next year. Temperance is slower moving. King of Pentacles in reverse. Some kind of initial plan falling apart. You go, but I feel like the timing is off. There's some kind of delay. What was the entity going into my brother's room? Did my dog actually see it too? Can I still see entities, or is it paranoia? This feels like not like an entity like dark. This is light. Knight of Cups, Temperance, and Ace of Cups is like love, light, and angels. I mean, I don't think it's anything dark. I don't think it's paranoia. I think you're just picking up on energy and maybe not interpreting it correctly, but it feels like it's a positive message or a sign of some sort. All right, I'm going to do 2 more, and then I'm going to wrap up and hop off. What does my highest self have to say about the content of my teacher school wellness projects and philosophies? There needs to be an element of community brought in, whether that's discussing the buildup of community or whether that's having people help you expand this and support it. It's kind of like this can't be done all on your own. Could you do like a testing thing? Like, this is my product in action. This is this person that I'm giving to test this out, testing it out. Not because I'm paying them to, but because they're giving me an honest review of it. That kind of thing feels important. Did Lewis cheat on me? Did Lewis cheat on me? Did Lewis cheat on me? I don't think so, no. Mm-mm. It may be slower to open up emotionally, but it doesn't feel like cheating. Not with 10 of Swords in reverse. All right, last one. If I plan a trip to see my son in Japan could I cope traveling on my own? You're not going to love traveling on your own. I'll word it like this. I go, and in the midst of traveling, I'm like, oh no, I shouldn't have done this by myself. What was I thinking? And then afterwards, I'm like, all right, wasn't that bad. I think you'll be fine, but you may have a moment of like, oh no, I'm not fine, but then you'll be fine. Feels like maybe overwhelming, or maybe there's a delay and the delay puts you into like, oh no, what do I do? But then it works itself out type of thing. It feels like that. All right, everyone, I'm going to hop off. I have to go feed Gavin. He's home from school this week. Please, 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 please. I'm going to try and be in the chat to talk to everyone. The podcast episode with Aaron, Keys of Wisdom 369, drops at 12:30 Eastern time, which is in 33 minutes from now. It's a very powerful episode. If you don't want to watch the full thing, I will be breaking it into smaller chapters throughout the next week or so. I still have to catch up on also doing Ryan's. Please, everyone, check out the Humans for Humanity Library of Souls page. It again is like a breakdown. There is quotes from the episodes, lessons from the episodes, all broken down in a way that's meant to be like accumulated wisdom, like a library. There's also tarot spreads, playlists by the guests. The guests pick a 10-song playlist. That's on there as well. Tarot spreads, 10 and 20. Anyway, it's all free. It's on there. It's going to continue to be built up with each of the guests. I have Jen next week for the podcast. Just don't know which day yet. And then Taylor the week after that. I will be opening applications for it, although it is going to be a little bit out in the future until I start incorporating those applications, because I do have a group. I basically have the first season lineup done right now, as long as everything goes according to plan. I am going to be, I know everyone has been asking for me to kind of share my story a little bit more. I am going to be the 12th episode of the podcast, and I'm also going to be the 27th episode of the podcast. The 12th episode, I will be interviewed by Bethany. It's going to be the same thing that I'm doing to them. She's just doing it to me. And the 27th episode is going to be Aaron interviewing me, and that is who is on today's podcast. So please check it out. It would really mean a lot to me. It's a very big project that I've been working on the entire time. And now it's finally happening. There is also a Spotify podcast that is the after show. I will also post the after show on YouTube, but there's also a Spotify version if you want to listen in the car or whatever. And again, the longer episodes will be broken down into chapters. I do have Sacred Woundings Archetypes deck in stock now. Again, that's my favorite deck that I've made so far. If you only ever get one of my decks, get that one. That's the most impactful. That's all. Okay. Talk to you all soon. Thank you to my mods for being here. If you ordered a reading, I still have, I think, about 12 to 14 left for this month. And all of my mods readings, I did not start yet. So I will have all that out by next week. I'm a little bit behind, but I will have it out by the end of the month. Thank you all for watching, and I will talk to you all soon. I just got the notification that the premiere for the podcast is in 30 minutes. So one more time, please, please, please watch the podcast. Talk to you soon.